military grad, strategist that's been trained against just the hard arm, the battle life tested veteran.
Yeah.
And so that's Archie, who's been trained and brought up through this, who strategically and fundamentally is far superior to Rob Roy, but he's never really been tested.
Yeah. And this is a test.
The biggest test, and he failed it.
6'5" Neeson.
He got Neeson.
He got Liam Neeson's?
He got Liam Neeson.
I was looking at these swords. So Rob Roy had a broadsword, and Archibald had a rapier. But what I like is, I bring this up a lot, but I used to box, and I remember the first time that I got into a ring and boxed. So I'm not going to say, all right, so I won in 90 seconds, right? Not bragging. But after that 90 seconds, I went and puked. Like, I was so elated, but then I was so tired, and the next day I could barely lift my arms. So that's why I like that this fight scene, there's 13 different rounds. Because you're not going to wing around that broadsword for a very long time. I mean, just go out in your garage, grab a 10-pound weight, and see how long you can just hold your arm out. Like, just, I don't know, just try it. Like,
single-handedly hold your arm out.
Yeah, it's not going to be all day. So, I don't know, it's weird to... I mean, listen, I love the old Errol Flynn sword fights. I love the Duel of the Fates and Phantom Menace, but there's something about this one, and the editing, the breathing, the shooting, that just makes it probably my favorite sword fight. But I think a part of it, all right, so we know that Liam Neeson is excellent, but I just love Roth's looks in this. When he slices the chest, he has a look of satisfaction. That's not too far over the top. He's pleased with himself. But I don't know. Just, it's an actor on top of his game, and he absolutely deserved the Academy Award nomination. And every review I read, people just love his portrayal. I think there's something I love. I don't know about you, Tom, but I don't mind like a braggadocious anybody as long as they're really good at what they do. Does that make sense?
Well, and he's one of the most vile villains I can think of in movie history. I mean, he's just so awful. He's a turd.
Yeah, I mean, what he does to Stultz, what he does to Lang.
I mean, murders, rapes, pillages. I mean, nothing is beyond this guy, and he's not ashamed of it. He knows exactly what he is, but he wants it and he craves more of it. And it does a great job building that up for, 2 hours and 10 minutes before these guys clash.
And it makes it so tough that he's so good at what he does, his sword fighting. Like, he's a guy who can back it up. So he's, these villains that, okay, like there's villains that are these super cunning, but then they can't fight. They have henchmen to fight. Mm-hmm. I like a villain who does the groundwork, who does the killing. Now, I'm not saying I like him. He's absolutely horrible human being and an absolute antagonist. But there's so much more threat to him because he does the groundwork himself. I don't know if you feel that way.
No, I do. I think he's that awful creature that, as you said, he can back it up. And that makes him incredibly terrifying.
Oh, man. But yeah, this scene, I mean, I can't think of the last time there's a scene where it's just the breathing, where it's no sound effects. Maybe They Live, where they're schnockering each other.
Well, what's cool is that you can tell that they were also battling temperatures. Like, you can see the steam coming off of these guys' breaths.
Yep.
So it's like, that's not, this is 95. They didn't have the CG capabilities of putting in cold weather breath on people. So it's like, you get a true sense of the environment. I mean, it was all shot on location in Scotland. I'm sure this set was specifically built, but I mean, it's so realistic.
But even if you're like, let's say you're not even in a studio. Let's say you're in some warehouse that's been retrofitted, and it's a cold, balmy November, October Scottish day. That's seeping into that warehouse, and you're going to be freezing.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be cold.
Oh, yeah. It'll warm you up pretty quick, though, swinging around a broadsword.
So, all right, what movie what should we do next? Count of Monte Cristo? Want to do that final fight scene?
That'd be good.
All right, that's cool. So, any final thoughts about this fight?
Go watch this movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Find it wherever it's at. I don't know if it's on Netflix or
on
Amazon.
Tubi. It's free on Tubi right now. You just got to deal with some ads.
Okay. So worth it.
Yeah, so watch this movie, get mad at Tim Roth, and watch Liam Neeson just Liam Neeson people. Oh, it's lovely. Well, hey, man, so thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Tom Tresmer, this is Final Fights. We'll see you next week.